here with Pastor Dwayne from First Christian Church up here. He's the fella running the show. And he's the one that we've been working with since we came up here the day the rain stopped. We're at the Reese house, and this is the house that y'all are going to be redoing. All the leftover money that you have sent into me, not money that you've given to the church, because that's going to a lot of disaster projects.
Yes.
But all the money that you have sent to me is going into this house, everything that we haven't already purchased campers with. So we're going to walk through the house, and he's going to tell you what's going on other than our house. This is our house, y'all. You get to see it. We need volunteers. Look at this mess. I'm in over my head. I'm drowning. But
Yeah.
what?
So the owners of this home, I think I interviewed them on one of my Facebook things, and this had about 6 foot of water, so right up to the top of the windows, and it came down this way and from that direction. And this old house, old construction, so the only reason it's still standing at all is because it has 4x4 posts, which we might look at when we're in there.
Yeah, we will.
4x4 posts that run diagonally through the walls that kept this house from being washed away. But this little creek here was up over my head at this point.
Let's look at this creek. I mean, this is gorgeous. They actually have water on two sides. It comes down the side of the house, and then it's over here. And somebody was worried about this flooding again. We're standing on the side of a mountain. This is not really in a hole. The bottom of the mountain is like 2 miles that way toward town. I mean, you go downhill for quite a ways. So it's not, what happened was the water came down all the mountains into the valleys, and it was like the peaks and ridges and valleys on your roof. And when you have a hurricane in Florida and you have 12 inches of rain, it rains 12 inches in one spot. When you have it here and it rains 12 inches, that 12 inches comes down the mountain and collects at the bottom, and that's how we ended up with like 12 feet of water where we're standing.
It dammed up under this bridge. And so the water actually had to rise up over the bridge and come down this side for it to pass. But this house been here for over 100 years, and this creek has never been outside its banks before. So.
Well, Helene did that. Yeah. We're going to walk inside and kind of talk about what we've been doing. We've already been working on the house. I guess Samaritan's Purse came and tore out a lot of stuff. Then Dwayne had crews come out here that tore out some floor to get to the part of the house that had settled. And there's a lot of work, but let's go in.
A whole lot of work.
Can everybody hear us, Alex? Is anybody complaining about not hearing us? Because I am using my fancy mics. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Okay. Alex and Melinda are on here with us. If y'all have questions, they can answer some of them. Let's see. There was a window that I saw. When the water came through, it actually blew some of the windows out, didn't it? On the front of the house?
Yes,
I mean, that was what.
On the front of the house, it blew this door out, and then the front door was blown out, so the water was passing clear through this house. I think this was gone too, so this ended up blowing out as well. That was a sliding
glass door that blew out because the water was rushing down off the mountain through the house.
So water was about that high.
You can.
About there. So.
Right here you can see where the mud line is, right there. That's the top of the mud line, and you can see it on both sides of the window. Yeah. So even inside the house, it would have been well over my head.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm
over 6 feet, probably closer to 7.
So we'll walk over, and I think there's going to be some walls moved in here. And this was the kitchen, because I can tell where the countertop plugs are. But I think this is like going, or something's going.
Yeah, they're going to change this and take this out and change the kitchen.
Yeah.
Since everything's out.
Yeah, might as well.
Changes if you want to. Same thing with here.
But this is a 3-generation family home, so it's been here for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So this
We got-
wall is going to come out, and we're going to put a supporting beam across to open this up.
Y'all are
And,
going to do that, so come volunteer.
yeah.
Y'all are going to put a supporting beam here. We're going to open this up.
yeah. And you can see we took the floor and subfloor out here, and then you all
Yeah,
dug
yesterday.
pillars. So there's 4 pillars now. And we're going to lift the house back up, 2-3 inches, and put block underneath it so it's back level again.
Yeah. The upstairs of the house, it doesn't look like anything at all was, I mean, it looks like a normal house. But right now we don't have electricity and we don't have water. We were supposed to have the homeowners here with us today so that y'all could meet them, and we're hoping they show up before we get through the house. Yeah, the mud line over here, you can see it on the glass. It's literally right at the top of the window.
It's right there.
And this door was,
It was blown out.
I mean, so there's a lot of work to be done here. Like I said, the upstairs, we weren't going to see about getting a dumpster. There's a veteran-owned business in town that does that kind of stuff. So we're going to try to get him out here and get us a dumpster or 10.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot. So.
I found a little bulldozer out back there. It's,
Yeah,
but I don't think we're going to sit this up here and wish for a real one.
They have grandchildren that were in here a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And I really was hoping they would be here. I don't know what happened. They were supposed to be here, but they have been living in a 900 square foot house, he told me, that belongs to the grandparents, with him, his wife, his daughter, his son-in-law, and 2 children since the storm hit. And that's the way it has been with a lot of people.
Yeah.
You've had a really small space with a whole lot of people living in it. But he said, on the bright side, I get to see my grandkids every day. So, that would be a bright side.
Yeah. It's they're doing well. It's just anxious for it to get back to normal.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Sorry about my finger in front of the lens. we got a new cameraman. I thought that was.
Some of this is wormy chestnut. Some of this is pre-wormy chestnut. Chestnut trees kind of went extinct in this area, and I'd love to tear that out and keep it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure the homeowner wants it. So it's beautiful wood. So it's that kind of dates it too, right around 80 to 100 years old that this house is.
Yeah. And the chestnut trees were like the most common tree in this area. And I still remember a few of them from when I was a child. And we would get bags, like feed bags full of chestnuts in the fall. But they called it snow on the mountains because the whole mountains would just bloom white when the chestnuts would bloom. And that's been lost for.
Yeah, long time.
The blight started before I was born, so did we get nope?
They're trying to.
Oh, the company, but no. If you want to come here and work on this house or any one of the other 200 affected houses in the county, we need a lot of volunteers, and you can call First Christian Church, and they'll set you up.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't have to pay. This is a mission trip your only expense is getting here. They've been feeding people every morning, every night. It's just, it's cold breakfast usually. Hate it for y'all, but there's a hot coffee pot. Plenty of coffee.
And lunch.
And lunch, hot dinner.
And hot dinner.
Hot dinner every night. Hot showers.
Yeah, now the weather's getting warmer. We got a shower trailer, so we have 6 showers going.
Oh, that's so you're not going to have to go to bed dirty. You're going to have a place to sleep. It's not like one of those mission trips where you're going to have a couple of $1,000s and you're going to go sleep in a skeeter net. They've got inside beds. And
But we do have now, there's a 100-year-old cabin, 100-plus-year-old
yeah,
cabin, that if you're lucky enough to speak up, say, I want our group to stay there, then you get to stay in that right along a creek like out here.
yeah, the cabin is really cool. If the cabin's not full and you've got a group or you want to bring your family and y'all want to stay in the cabin, see if it's empty because it is cool. I've been out there.
And we have a campground, a private campground that the family's going to be here all summer, and they want to let people stay in it as well. So
Okay.
we're going to have lots of options for housing. So
So, and come prepared to be on a mission trip because you're not just going to be working. You are going to be ministering to the people who have been devastated
yeah,
by this. I mean, imagine this being your house. And at the time of the flood, the daughter and the son in law were living here, but because they weren't the actual owner was in the grandparents' house in town, there's no help.
yeah,
No flood insurance because it's sat here for 100 years and never
yeah,
had a drop of water in it, and no federal assistance because the actual owner wasn't actually in the house.
yeah. They had planned to give the children
The
the
house,
deed at Christmas as a Christmas gift, which is a few months later, and because they
yeah,
waited, they got no federal
yeah.
assistance at all. So
So yeah, no, so they do not have a dime coming to help with this. Now they do have. They're going to be working on it some. They're going to be helping put labor into it. They're going to be helping with some materials. And like I said, y'all have sent gifts to help with it, and you've sent donations to the church. And if you want to do a 501c3 gift, you need to send it to this feller.
yeah, this
If
person,
you
sure.
it's not a 501c3 gift and you just want to send it, you can send it to me, and I'm going to be here. Looking at this, I'm going to be here most of the summer. Thank you for this one.
Yeah,
I said, I had
well,
this,
you asked for it.
I, I had this image in my head of, I'd go in and maybe put up some sheetrock and some paint, and we'd welcome the family back in after 3 or 4 weeks, and no.
Now, this can
So,
take a couple months
yeah,
to
it
put this
is.
back together.
It is, but I mean, y'all have already helped so much, and please pray for this. Pray for all of the families that have been affected up here, and all the volunteers that are coming up, because your prayers are needed more than anything else. But if you've got some time this spring and summer that you want to come and work, come and work. It don't cost nothing, just your sweat.
Yeah, that's right. And it's so rewarding.
Yeah, it is.
And if, we have a lot of cultural East Tennessee stuff going on in this area, and one evening we can get some bluegrass music or something, so you get some of
Yeah.
that experience as well. So,
And while I'm up here, I'm gonna be visiting some of doing shorts. I'll be adding shorts along, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them. But visiting some of those places, so there's a lot of places to visit. I had lunch in a really cute little diner today, like 6 of us. Even though there's lunch provided, we decided to go visit a diner. And while you're up here, if you can go visit a diner, they would certainly appreciate it.
yeah, so I took the volunteers to one last week, and the owner was overwhelmed and gracious, and he
Yeah.
said, during that flood, we don't realize what happens, but everybody's providing meals, and food trucks are being paid to come up here and give out meals.